Everyone, welcome to our leadership interview series. Today, we are discussing an important and evolving topic: women leaders and the role of AI. Joining us for this conversation is Jasmine Sani. Jasmine is a talent engagement leader at Pyrak Consulting. She has over 15 years of experience partnering with growing organizations to scale teams, strengthen performance architecture, and build cultures that sustain ambition. She has worked closely with founders and senior leaders during periods of rapid growth and transformation, helping organizations balance high performance with trust and engagement. She believes that AI is a powerful enabler in HR, bringing sharper insights and speed to decision making, but that it should augment human judgment and not replace it, because culture and human nuance cannot be automated. As a woman in leadership, she also believes that true influence comes from clarity of thought, resilience, and quiet leadership. We are delighted to have you with us today, Jasmine.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. I really appreciate for the real kind words. And I'm really excited to talk about the topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. Jasmine, to begin with, let's talk about how leadership itself is evolving in the age of AI. As a woman leader, how have you personally evolved your leadership style in response to AI and digital transformation?
Wow, that's pretty very thoughtful prompt that we are starting with. So I have seen there is an openness, there is a lot of competitiveness in the leader and the teams in using AI. But what I have seen is a very profound transformation which is happening. At least I'm talking about Pyre Consulting and my connect with my industry leaders and peers, that they are very mindful of utilizing or deploying artificial intelligence. They know, yes, it has information. The leaders are very cognizant, yes, we can use it to speed up the process, but they do not want to deploy any kind of confidential data on it, which is very intelligent decision, looking at the sensitivity. They also are very thoughtful. Okay, let's use it as a data in the information center. Let's use it to get some graph. But ultimately, the emotional questions, or what I say, NI over AI, that is natural intelligence over artificial intelligence. Yeah, that's my take.
Nice. Jasmine, many women professionals worry about being replaced or left behind by technology. From your experience, how should women reposition themselves to stay relevant in this AI driven workplace today?
So, what I've seen throughout my experience is that, women, the gender ratio is something a very achievable or very kind of congruent, accomplished kind of matrix that HR and leaders they see. Okay, our gender ratio is 30, 40. And it's really disheartening to see that, in this time of everything is equal, society is talking about equality, the gender ratio is still very skewed. And I was surprised, even the startup, one of a very prominent startup in B2C segment, he has confessed that the leadership is not more than, that the women are not more than 10-12%. So now, even that small portion is getting fearful of getting replaced by AI. It's a very threatening thought for me. It's a very disappointing thought for me. So what I see, Priyanka, that there is a pertinent fear of getting replaced by AI. But it is not only gender related, number one. However, I like to address it for everybody. What I have seen that AI cannot replace you. AI cannot definitely replace you if you know how to upskill. Every decade, every half a decade, they have seen new technology coming in through. There's always something taking the world by storm, right? You have to upgrade yourself. Like, for example, at Pyre Consulting, we are developing those kind of AI models. We are creating those kind of AI chatbot. As a matter of fact, I have myself worked with a very skilled team in my organization where we have created an AI chatbot which will help employee to answer their any question regarding policy, support system. So we are not fearful as an HR. We are not fearful of AI. we make friends with AI. I think that should be the approach.
Nice. As a continuation of my previous question, Jasmine, if a mid career woman professional feels intimidated by AI or digital transformation, what three skills or mindset shifts would you advise her to develop immediately?
That's a very fantastic prompt. So, of course, the mid career is a very, very transactional, transformative, and it's a life changing milestone for anybody's career because you have given so much as an individual, as a team leader, and then now you have to change your gear. You are a transactional top performer, but then now you have to change your gear as a strategic thinker. So, I think number one is that you have to start talking on the human skills. What I'm talking about, I am talking about that sense of judgment, the sense of the human behavior which are important for running an organization or a system. For example, the sense of judgment I spoke about. That sense, the second is empathy. If somebody is not able to perform, somebody is not able to pull through, do not just kill that particular project because of AI number dashboards. Go in the layer and understand what is the matter. That is a human you can do. And that is what your value as a mid-management layer would contribute. Number one. Number two is that you have to develop a strategic thinking. You have to understand what is going on in your market, in your industry at a global level. AI can give you hordes of information. It can never do strategic decisions for you. And those companies who say, okay, our bot is doing strategic decisions for us, they are just doing historical past data extrapolation. I think so. Because there are so many nuances attached to it, right? And third thing is something which I talk about is a constant upskilling. Never ever stop. Okay, I don't know Python. I'm not a techie. I cannot do AI bot or anything. No, just go beyond these typical 3-4 AI bots which are available in market. Go, try, test run them, and bring those learnings into improvement of your present ecosystem, of your present organization. There is no way you will be replaced. On the contrary, you will be creating lots of value. So this is my 3-point take actually.
Thank you, Jasmine, for that. Now, looking ahead 5 years from now, how do you see AI shaping leadership opportunities for women? And what must they do to lead the future rather than simply adapt to it?
Yeah, that's very wow. That is something that is someone is talking to me because I also think like that. That how can I create more? I think, and again, this I will take as a general neutral question, but of course we'll add a bit of flavor to its the women champions as well.
Mhm.
I believe a very, very important skill that women and men and every kind of gender diversity I'm talking about, they have to take on learning, adopting, not closing your eyes. Okay, it will pass, it will not touch me. No. You have to open your eyes, you have to understand how is it moving across the world because come on, like I'm in a consulting organization, the big consulting companies, we have started deploying AI tools. The change is happening. It's sitting next with us on a chair, just in the form of, on a laptop screen. So what I say that as a women leader, as a leader, do not say, okay, I will go by my own strategic way of the things I used to do before 2 decades. I have an experience of 2 decades. Things have changed so much. Just 2 years, in just 1 year in India, things have changed so much in terms of different AI tools coming. So be that visionary who learn, adapts, and what is it coming? Let me deploy it, number one. Number two, upgrade and upskill your mindset and your skills. You just cannot go, okay, मैंने अपना skill set update कर लिया, now I'm all ready to take on the project and get on the big products, project, etc. No. That kind of mindset upgrade, the strategic thinking also has to be bought in. Get a mentor, get coaching classes, get a career coach, get a life coach, do anything. But understand that you have a gap and you are very well determined to fix that gap. And that should be approach for the senior leaders or a middle management or any person who's trying to grow in this area.
Nice. Jasmine. Jasmine, now let's quickly move ahead to our rapid fire round. And my first question to you is AI is an opportunity or a threat for women leaders?
It's a fantastic opportunity.
Okay. Emotional intelligence or AI literacy? What will matter more?
Wow, I'll talk about natural intelligence, which is a blend of emotional intelligence. And of course, I will always put NI over AI.
Nice. AI in hiring, bias breaker or bias amplifier?
It's a bias breaker, hugely. It worked. It really works.
Okay.
Yeah.
One tech skill every woman leader must learn this year.
How to, if you're talking specifically to AI, then how to create a simple AI bot.
Okay.
I would say learn how to make an AI bot, and I would deploy it as my personal assistant, doing my house management, doing my finance management. Learn how to make an AI bot. I'm up for it myself.
Nice. Automation, time saver or invisible workload increaser?
Tremendous time saver and an amazing transparency creating companion.
Nice. Data-driven decisions or intuition-driven leadership?
Intuitive data is something that I talk about. So I do not go only by data. Data is only tip of the iceberg. The deeper human intuition experience, they are the real equation which create the end result is the data. So we cannot have decision on the end result. Look at the whole equation.
Nice. Biggest myth about women and technology?
Not many women are there excelling in technology. I'm talking about the percentage of population, but I think the dynamic is changing now. I do not agree to that. My two sisters, they are amazing in technology, and they're taking on every newest technology by horns. So amazing.
Wonderful. One habit women must drop to thrive in an AI-powered workplace?
Self-questioning. Reducing. I mean, even if you're taking help of an AI tool, or if you're taking help of your own top level, your best tool in your mind, I'm talking about, stop cross-questioning yourself. Stop cross-questioning. You are the best.
Nice.
Yeah.
In one word, women and AI in 2030.
Future.
Okay.
Absolutely. Future is female. I think and I totally believe in that, and there are data points as well.
Nice. Jasmine, my very last question to you, not a question, what is your message for women? Because like you said, there's a lot of self-questioning that happens. There's a lot of inhibitions that stops us from moving ahead. You having such a huge career in terms of the corporate ladder, you have been there for so many years, and you've seen how the technological transformation have been happening. What do you have to tell for women who fear that?
So absolutely, it's been nearly 15 years in giving my services, learning from the best in the industry. I have started my career when we used to do that Nokia messaging, then BlackBerry messaging, and today we are talking about going absolutely messaging and paying by with the glasses. Huge transition in terms of workforce, from millennials to Gen Z now, from technological angle, everything. But there are a couple of things which have stayed very strong, and I'm sure they will stay strong in the coming future as well. Number one is your understanding of self. Do not go into over belief and do not go into over critical analysis of self. You have to be realistic with yourself. You know what you are, what are your capability, what are your gaps, number one. And number two is that always be very, very progressive in your mind. Always be progressive. Technology will come and go, processes will come and go, but two relations will never change. Your relation with self and your relation with your close group, with your people. Preserve these two relations, and then you can rock on anything into the world.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for sharing such valuable insights and perspectives. Your thoughts remind us that AI may shape the future of work, but leadership will always be shaped by people, purpose, and perspectives. Thank you once again for joining us, Jasmine.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much. All right. Bye bye.
Bye.